video, Lord Will aka Mega Blitz. In today's video, we're looking at Copperajah EX. Now, Nicolo Griorgi had played this deck to the special event Silva back in April, and I never tried the deck out until I ran to it on the ranked ladder recently, and then I was like, I need to try this deck. So that's what we're doing in today's video. Let's get into the deck list. Already here at that deck list, starting us off with that Copperajah EX, has the ability Bronze Body. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but also pretty good. So 300 HP Copperajah EX, but takes 30 less damage, so 330 effectively, which is pretty cool. We also have the Nosequake attack for 3 energy, 260 damage. This attack does 30 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. Now, we're also playing 4 copies of this Munkidori with that ability Adrena-Brain. Once during your turn, if Pokemon has a dark energy attached to it, you may move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So the idea is that we kind of hit our Pokemon for damage counters or just damage with that Nosequake attack while also doing 260 to the active spot and then moving the damage from our Pokemon with our Munkidoris to take insane knockouts. We're also playing a 1/1 Duraludon in our Archaludon EX line as a nice backup attacker in a way to kind of just put some energies in play. Has the ability, Assemble Alloy. When you play this Pokemon from your hand, to evolve one of your Pokemon during a turn, you attach up to 2 basic Metal Energy cards from your discard pile to your Metal type Pokemon in any way you like, and then has the attack Metal Defender for triple Metal Energy, 220 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon has no weakness. So nice backup attacker there. Then we're also playing 1 copy of Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX for that late game attacker, Squawkabilly EX for that Squawk and C so we can set up. Then we got supporter count being 4 Arven, 3 Iono, 3 Research, 2 Iono, 2 Boss, 1 Crispin. The Crispin's pretty nice. I would like to see a second Crispin in this deck, maybe cutting that third Research for that second Crispin, so go to 2 Research, 2 Crispin. Could be pretty good. Then we also have 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Energy Switch, 4 Pokegear 3.0, 3 Night Stretcher, 1 Earthen Vessel, 1 Precious Trolley. We do want to get our Cufants and our Munkidoris and stuff into the play and just kind of on the bench as fast as possible, which is pretty nice. We're playing 2 copies of that Technical Machine Turbo Energize. Turbo Energize says search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like, which is pretty nice. Being able to kind of flood the board with those dark energies and the metal energies and stuff is pretty good. 2 copies of the Heavy Baton. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has an entry cost of exactly 4, which our Copperajah does, is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move up to 3 basic energy cards from that Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. So the idea is that we can kind of just keep reusing the same metal energies over and over again with our Copperajahs. Then we have 7 metal energy, 4 dark energy, and 1 copy of that psychic energy, just in case if we need to like mind bend or anything. That's pretty good in certain matchups to be able to just kind of mind bend and kind of stall for a... Also works out very well with the Crispin to be able to kind of just hit it off the Crispin, just throw it to a Copperajah or something if we need it in a pinch, just in case. Now let's get into that gameplay. Already here at that gameplay here at the coin flip, it is going to be Tails, and you know me, Tails never fails. Always pick Tails here on the Mega Blitz YouTube channel. I'm a Tails believer. So our opponent is going to go first. The reason I chose to go second was the idea was I could hopefully just Turbo Energize, get a bunch of energies to my Cufants or Cufants, I don't know how it's pronounced, the little baby elephant, and kind of go from there. Or even like use a Motivate attack from our Squawkabilly could be interesting. Just kind of getting set up a little bit. But our opponent's side of the board here, looks like we're playing against that Marnie's Grimmsnarl deck to some degree. Probably going to have some Froslass package going on. At this point, I've been in Arceus League for quite some time, so we are playing games on the ranked ladder in that 1500 ELO bracket, so I'm playing against some pretty usually competitive-ish stuff, or some people are just kind of playing some wacky things sometimes. Depends. But we're going to start off here, draw for turn, and we're going to get an Arven here for our supporter. We're going to use Trolley here. Going to get ourselves just set up. We're going to grab 2 Cufants, it's looking like, and 2 Munkidoris, and then I grab myself the 3rd Cufant. I was going to grab the Duraludon, but I was like, you know what? Don't even need it. Not too big of a deal. So now we're going to go Ultra Ball, discard the Archaludon and Iono, grabbing ourselves a Copperajah EX potentially, but I'm actually going to grab myself the Duraludon. And the reason I grab the Duraludon is because I'm thinning the deck and I can Squawk and Seize here and just get an extra card out of the deck to be able to kind of go from there. So we're going to go Turbo Energize, throwing 2 of our Metal Energies right to our Cufants, and then going to be able to pass turn to our opponent here. Now, Next turn, we're going to be able to have the Ultra Ball to be able to go find ourselves that Copperajah EX and kind of start attacking here pretty quickly. We also have access to Crispin, so we're going to be able to get some Dark Energies in play, it seems like, as well, which is going to be pretty helpful for us. Our opponent going to go Arven, get that secret box here. Secret box, going to be able to get themselves a Supporter, a Stadium, an item, and a tool. So they're going to discard 3 cards from their hand to be able to do that, and going to go grab all those beautiful pieces that they want. They also have attract customers, which is pretty interesting. I haven't seen a lot of Grimmsnarl decks playing Tatsugiri, or if they are, they've been cutting it. I haven't seen it a whole lot as far as like ranked ladder stuff goes, but they're gonna rare candy in that Grimmsnarl here. Gonna be able to use that punk up ability. Punk up, gonna be able to get 5 dark energies and just put them into play, but they only pick 2 just to put to that Grimmsnarl here. Attach the rescue board to the Tatsugiri. Gonna be able to retreat out of that Tatsugiri for free into the Grimmsnarl. Gonna hit for a Shadow Bullet for that 180. Gonna be able to take a knockout on our Squawkabilly and put 30 damage counters on our Munkidori. So now we're in a situation where we really need to get some stuff going. We need to get some knockouts here. So we're gonna throw down another Munkidori. We're gonna go Ultra Ball. We're gonna pitch ourselves our Arven and Professor's Research to grab a Copperajah EX. We're going to then evolve our Cufant into Copperajah. Crispin gonna grab ourselves that Dark Energy and that Metal Energy, put the Dark Energy to the Munkidori, attach, return that Metal Energy to the Copperajah. Gonna be able to Adrena-Brain here, moving 30 damage counters, and I end up putting them on the baby Impidimp, and the reason I do that is because hopefully I can get myself into a couple more Dark Energies and take a knockout on the Impidimp before it evolves into Grimmsnarl. And even if it evolves into the Morgrem, that middle evolution, it won't be too big of a deal. Hopefully I'll be able to just Adrena-Brain and take the knockout kind of for free. We see our opponent use that Spikemouth Gym here to actually grab the Morgrem, putting that in play here. So only 70 more damage counters to take the knockout. So if I can find myself 2 more Dark Energies, we can take the knockout. But our opponent has that Boss's Orders, unfortunately. Gonna be able to Shadow Bullet, taking a knockout on the Munkidori, and then putting 30 damage counters on another Munkidori. So gonna be a 6-3 split here. We're pretty far behind in this matchup, but I think we got this. We're gonna go Iono here, shuffle everything up, getting that Disruption, which is gonna be really strong in this matchup, I feel like. Gonna attach the Dark Energy to the Munkidori. Then we're going to Adrena-Brain here, going to move 30 damage counters, putting them onto that Morgrem, setting it up for the future. Then we're also going to go Night Stretcher here, grabbing another Dark Energy just for the future. And then we're going to go Nosequake for knockout here on that Grimmsnarl, taking 2 more first 2 prize cards, and then gonna be able to put 30 damage counters on all of our stuff. But now we're in an interesting situation because that Shadow Bullet is gonna start to hurt pretty bad, because they can kind of just take knockout on a lot of things on our bench, and they have the Snow Run and the Munkidori. We're in for the world of hurting right now, because they're going to be able to really manipulate a lot of damage counters on our side of the field, and that's not great for us. So that Spikemouth Gym here going to come in play. Going to be able to use that. It's going to be pretty important. Going to be able to grab that Grimmsnarl, use that Punk Up ability. Going to be able to get 2 energies to the Grimmsnarl, and then probably, Shadow Bullet, and just kind of get some crazy knockouts here. But first, Munkidori going to move some damage counters, putting ourselves in a situation where they're going to take a prize card, putting themselves back on even prizes. They're going to be able to now take a knockout on our Copperajah with their Grimmsnarl. So we need to get rid of this Grimmsnarl here pretty quickly. So Earthen Vessel, going to get myself the 2 Dark Energies. We're going to go attach to the 1 Munkidori, Adrena-Brain. We're going to then move 3 damage counters off of our Cufant onto the Grimmsnarl, and then I have Energy Switch in my hand. So now I can move that Dark Energy from the 1 Munkidori on the bench to the other one on the bench. So it's exactly what I'm going to do. Another Adrena-Brain. But first, we're going to research here. Going to get ourselves into a Copperajah, evolve the Cufant into Copperajah so it doesn't get knocked out by the Shadow Bullet or any sort of Froslass or, Munkidori shenanigans. Ultra Ball, getting the Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX out of the deck for that late game attack, just in case if we need it here. Adrena-Brain gonna come out now for the second Munkidori. We're gonna move 30 damage counters. I wasn't too sure where I should put them. I didn't want to give them more damage counters to kind of put back on my side, but I figured, you know what? I'm pretty safe because now I'm in a situation where even if they have the Freezing Shroud or anything, it won't matter too much, and they can't take a 2-prize knockout, which is pretty important. So now we're going to take 2 more prizes, putting us at a 2-2 split. Our opponent here only having Tatsugiri, Munkidori, and that Snorunt in play. Even if they go into Froslass, we're going to be fine. The only thing we don't want is them to have a Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX to be able to just punch right into the Copperajah and win the game. So our opponent going to have that Froslass come into play with that Freezing Shroud ability, making so everything that has an ability takes 10 damage counters in between turns, both sides of the board. Our opponent going to go research here, just hoping they don't play Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX or anything. They're going to throw down a Badoo, Super Rod here, trying to just see what they can come up with. Going to go Energy, Morgram, and a Grimmsnarl here. Already, I think, used that Spike Move Gym to grab the Impidimp. So, if they would have had Bloodmoon, they would have put it down by now and slammed it into play. But, they're going to go to Badoo here. Itchy Pollen for 0 damage, making it so we're item locked, unfortunately. But, I think we just have the game here. We're going to go Adrena-Brain. Going to move 30 damage counters to that Froslass. And then we have the other one in hand to be able to kind of take care of the other Munkidori. Be able to Adrena-Brain, take the knockout, and then going to be able to Nosequake, Quack, to be able to take the knockout on that Badoo. Copperajah EX, I feel like, is a really underrated deck, and I really think this deck has a leg to stand on, especially in the format right now, especially with a lot of decks like Dragapult EX and that Phantom Dive with the damage counters, Marnie Grimmsnarl EX. As long as you can manage the damage counters from both sides of the field with that Nosequake and with the Grimmsnarl and Dragapult, you can really do a lot of damage with this deck. Let's get into the outro. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoy the content, I've been making sure for the channel, definitely leave a like, smash the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And do me a favor, scroll down and actually make sure that you're subscribed, especially if you've been watching my content for quite some time now, or if this is your first time and you like the video. We're getting real close to 1K subs, and I want to thank all of you guys for the support along this last year and a half. It's kind of crazy when making content that long, but I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoy this community that we've built so far. So thank you. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you guys being here. So thank you again. And I want to give a huge shout out and a special thanks to all of my awesome channel members that you guys see here. They continue to support the channel even further by joining the Trainer Club here on the Megablitz YouTube channel. So you can also do that. But I'm going to wrap the rest of this video. So I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!